I wrote that song for my dad's 98th birthday. We all gathered in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin to celebrate his 98th birthday. And I played him that song, and then he put his hearing aids in and I played it again. And he said to me, he says, you know, they used to call me Fred Astaire, which I didn't know. I love those moments of synchronicity. So in July of 2018, still dealing with the horrible shingles. Year and a half he had the shingles. And he wasn't feeling quite right, and he had a feeling it was something more. And so he went to the doctor in July. And he never went home. They discovered that his colon cancer, which he had beat 25 years prior, had returned. And they wanted to do treatments, and he said no. He says, I don't want to go through that. I've lived a beautiful, full life. I'm 99 years old. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. In fact, he said, when he was ready to go, he said, the Lord has finished my mansion in the sky. Now, who's to say? Although I think the Lord would have made him a 36-hole golf course. But... So I went to see him in August because we knew he didn't have long. And I spent a week with him. We played a lot of cribbage. I took him out to lunch a few times. He was failing, and then he'd rally and he'd fail again. And I was sure he would not make it through the month. So I said my goodbyes, knowing that was the end. But it wasn't the end. He rallied again. And he rallied because his beloved Brewers were going to be in the World Series. They were in the playoffs. And his beloved Packers had a chance at the Super Bowl, but the Packers lost in a wild card game. But the Brewers went 7 games against the Dodgers, and he watched every one of those games. He'd sit in his wheelchair looking up at that screen in hospice with a beatific smile on his face. Until the last game where he could not sit up any longer. And my stepsister, who spent a lot of time with him there with her mother, gave him a play-by-play of the game. And every time she'd mention a player, he would give her the history of that player, whether she wanted it or not. And they lost in that 7th game. And when they lost, he was ready. And he went on his way. Just one more game before I go. Just one more chance to see a home run from my favorite team, my favorite game. Before I board the one-way train across that great divide. I know I'm walking the thinnest line. The doctors told me I had little time. At 99 it's fine to be on my way. But all I ask for is one more game. I can't wait to hear the play-by-play as I awaken grateful every day. And I remember every player's name. But all I ask right now is one more game. Just one more game before I go. Just one more chance to see a home run from my favorite team, my favorite game. Before I board the one-way train across that great divide. Score by score and pitch by pitch, right field catch from a home run hit, the crack of the bat and the ball in play. Oh, how I love that one more game. I got my father's cap, his cribbage board, a favorite memory of a great golf score, his joy in the game and his competitive streak, and a love that runs so deep. So just one more game before he goes, just one more chance to see a home run from his favorite team, his favorite game, before he boards the one-way train across that great divide. Thank you.